Microsoft Ventures, because that's like a 12-week accelerator program, right?
Yes.
It's interesting because we've had a lot of incubators, accelerators in here, and they can change companies. They can also be the wrong thing for companies.
Yep.
So I'm curious.
It was a huge decision. I don't think I would have known. First of all, coming from the art world, you don't even know about accelerators. But I kind of, there came a point where we felt we were very much in the art world, but there was something missing. And we were also trying to figure out our subscription and revenue model. And just exploring the different means, and so started reading Lean Startup and all those kinds of things. And then you suddenly realize that a lot of the companies that you admire and that you see doing well have gone through an accelerator. So I started investigating and came upon Microsoft Ventures because of the fact that we do code in .NET. So I just thought, well, Microsoft, okay, we don't have an aversion to Microsoft. And not to say that a lot of people have an aversion to Microsoft, but it does have an old school vibe.
Isn't that funny how that can happen so quick?
Yeah.
Because 20 years ago, it was the opposite.
Yeah. They keep saying we're the original startup, and I guess you could think of it that way.
Well, big success does breed contempt in a certain way.
Yeah, exactly.
Google,
and I think
Google will start getting hated as well soon.
Yeah.
It's also the Innovators Dilemma. As soon as you get a big model with a big company with a big revenue model like software, then you don't want to make the changes. And the same thing will happen to Google
exactly.
in another 5-10 years, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess it's nice that they were so introspective to be like, actually, we want to help some young companies out. And so they don't take equity. You just go in for 12 weeks. They've changed it now to 14 weeks. And the first day, you are put into a room with 12 advisors, including someone from branding, someone from PR, someone from, venture capital, someone from lean, teaching lean methodologies, just basically all these experts, legal, accounting, and they break down everything you've done.
They crush your ego.
They make you feel like you're nothing. But luckily, you've just made it into the accelerator. So you know you are one of 12 that they have chosen out of hundreds, but you still feel like, why am I here? And then slowly you figure out what you need to do in those 12 weeks. And we came out of the accelerator a much more concrete and focused company than when we went in.
Did you choose? I mean, there are obviously lots of options here. There's, Techstars, there's Wayra, there's incubators, there's so many,
We did look at others. I think Microsoft Ventures was the only one that we really kind of wanted to go with. Also, as I said, we had shareholders already, so they could be a little bit more weary of what we were doing, whereas a big brand like Microsoft, they can kind of trust, and the fact that they're not taking any equity, it was quite a good option for us as a company with stakeholders.
When did you start the accelerator program?
In February, beginning of February.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay, and it ended in April?
Yeah,
May.
end of April. It was 3 months.
And did you find that you actually doing something with any of the other startups in the accelerator? Did you get to know them better? And
I mean, we were the oddball, right? So we're, first of all, 4 ladies, and we're working with art, and we basically are completely different from everyone else. So it didn't really work that we would collaborate, but there definitely was a lot of overlap in the type of emotions, the type of problems you're struggling with, and you can just advise each other, really. Yeah.
And you accelerated at Central Working?
Yeah.
In Whitechapel?
We were actually one of the first people in there when it was still almost a building site, and we kind of
So James
grew
Layfield,
with it.
from the CEO there, he said it was zombie-proof, that building. He said it has its own electrical generators. It's completely off the grid. I don't know. He said it was like a beautiful building. It was almost like the Selfridges of its time.
Yeah, it looks like a little Selfridges. It's this huge building with decorations and things, and they've just basically cleared it out, taken out all the partitions and made it this huge space where you can work. And there's a lot of people there, including the Barclays FinTech accelerators there as well.
Escalator project, right.
Yeah,
if you look at you and the company, say from May and January, what are the biggest changes that you made by going through that accelerator?
There's so much, really. We, of course, started generating revenue. I think that was one of the biggest things. We finally kind of cracked it and figured it out. Of course, it's not at the scale that we want, but we started getting that type of...
Is that through being there? Did you get access to clients off the back of that?
I wouldn't say clients particularly. It was more about the mentors. So we got assigned a mentor who was involved with... a lot of telecoms companies, and as a result, we kind of understood subscription models better. and why people would sign up and what kind of incentives you have to give people and why they would renew their subscriptions and this type of thing, which we always kind of knew that it had to be a membership-based company, but we weren't sure how.
How can anybody sign up, publish an event, and start selling tickets in a matter of minutes? We love the notion of people gathering. We really thought about low friction. We want to be that cable TV of live experiences. We basically broke all the startup rules. It's fairly insane to go into a business venture with your fiance. My advice, to any 20-year-old or fledgling entrepreneur is to not listen to their parents. Do something really incredible.